Okay guys, I'm back, and as I promised, I'm going to be doing a short review on which popular pins are best inside the new Erin Condren Teacher Lesson Planner. There is supposed to be thicker paper inside this new Teacher Lesson Planner. However, I am still concerned about certain bleeding of pins from popular pin brands. Like I said in my last video, I didn't purchase the Erin Condren pens or markers because I don't feel like there's enough variety of colors. As you can tell, I want a big variety of colors. So I'm going to be trying out the ever so popular Papermate Flare pins, the Staedtler 10 count Brilliant Fine Tip pins, and the Papermate ballpoint pen. Now, of course, I know the ballpoints aren't going to bleed, but just for a pop of color, I'm really anxious to try these little guys out because I've never used them before ever. I do love these pins at work for grading papers. However, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to be used in my planner because I'm afraid that they're going to bleed. So we're going to try them out. First of all, I'm going to try them out on regular printer paper to test them out and check out the colors. And then I'm scared for bleeding, but I'm gonna try a page in my teacher planner. I guess I'm gonna have to pick a page that if it bleeds, I don't really care, I guess, just in case. So, oh crikey, I don't know what page is going to pick. I'm thinking maybe the grid graph paper. Oh, you like that, huh? It didn't come like this, and I was surprised. This year at a glance year plan, it started off with January, January, February, March, April, May, and so on. But as a teacher, our year doesn't start in January. That's why we have the option of starting our months over here in August, but this didn't correlate with it. So what I did was I got the date dot stickers. Let me show you. And I cut out the months that were on the top. So each date dot sticker came with the month on the top. This was July, see that? And I cut it out and I stuck it to make it more efficient and effective for me. So that's what I did, because you get these, they come with your planner. And so now I can plan a year at a glance and not have to kind of start on this side and then flip to this side. So now it flows. Anywho, okay, back to finding a page that I'm willing to try it on. I'm thinking the graph paper. Just personally, for me, I don't think I'm going to really use the graph paper for anything important. So I'm going to try it on regular computer paper, and then we're going to try it in here for the ultimate test. You hear all that ruckus? Those are my twin babies. Hello, Christopher and Catherine. Say hi. Say hi. Yeah, there they are. They're my little audience. Okie dokie. So let's see what happens. Okay, so for time purposes, I went ahead and already wrote down on the computer paper the type of pins. So top row is the flare pin, which is going to be that one. And then we have the profile pin and then the tripolis pin. Alrighty, so as far as bleeding goes for those pins, let's take a look. Okay, there I wrote, I can see dots from the flare and from the tripolis. I don't really see the ballpoint profile pin. But I can see the two marker type pins, which is the profile and the tripolis. However, I do like this because it's pretty thin. Nice. Okay, so now I've tried it in my graph paper because, like I said, I'm not too worried if it bleeds through on my graph paper because I won't really be using it. So here we have the flare, the ballpoint and the tripolis, the flare, the ballpoint and the tripolis, the flare, the ballpoint and the tripolis, in the three colors. So let's flip it over, and what do we see? I can see barely all three, but not from a bleed, just because it seems like maybe the paper is thinner.
Let me zoom. Okay, so I can see the blue, the green, and the pink, but not necessarily as a result of bleeding. So I'm not sure exactly which one. I do like the saturation and the darkness of the flare pens, but then I also like the Tripolis pens because I like the marker type feel versus the ballpoint. So it's supposed to be thicker paper. I'm not a paper aficionado, but it's supposed to be number 80 type paper. So this is August. It feels like cardstock, but let's just take a look. Now it does seem a little see-through. If you notice here, you can see the words in white from this side. Okay? And then here, the pages look lined. See that? They look lined, but they're not lined. It's this that you can see behind it. See, because it's not lined, but it's just a little see-through. But it's thick at the same time, which is funny. So I went ahead, I was a rascal, and my baby girl's learning to find her voice. You hear that? Let's see. I went ahead and filled out the All About Me section with the Tripolis pens in different colors. And let's look at the other side. Here is the other side. And I don't even see it coming through. I don't see any bleeding. I don't see anything. So it would be here. And I don't see it. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, maybe a little bit. No, I don't. I think I'm going to be using these pens on my planner because I like the color and I like the thinness of them. So I think the verdict is in. I will not be using flare pens in my teacher planner because they do bleed. And I don't want that. Because even if I decided to use them on the month and think, oh, well, you know, it bleeds through, there's nothing really here on each. Yeah, you're right. On this side, if it bled through, you couldn't really tell because before each month there is an inspirational quote. See, there's September, so I mean, you really wouldn't be able to tell there, and so forth. Oh, that's not it. But on this side, I don't want it to bleed through onto my lined paper that I'll be using to take notes. Even though through my lined paper, I can see the month. So I guess everything that I write, I'll simply be able to see it because it's thin. But at least it won't be bleeding. So maybe next time they will make thicker paper that's not as transparent. Now, as far as the lesson planner, I wrote that number 1 in flare pen. Couldn't see it behind, of course. But then I wrote this number 2 in the pink flare pen. And if you notice, it totally bled through. Not cool. And then I wrote week, that's not it. Week 3 in green Tripolis. And check it out, didn't bleed. Did not bleed, so that's awesome. So I will be using these little guys in my planner. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.